Hello, welcome back to my channel. Antoinette here. My Joker Tarot from Lo Scarabeo's Kickstarter has arrived. I've had it a couple of days. I've had a quick flick through. I've seen some people showing some images of it. It is one that I have finding to be fairly dark in feels and energy, and that's a weird one for me to say, let me tell you. So what did I get? I went with the limited edition coloured version. So I don't know if this will be available, if there's any left for sale, but this is the one that comes kind of exclusively with a Kickstarter, a bit like the Murder of the Tower of Crows. So this is the same person that created that deck, where we had the red deck, the special deck. So here's the special deck, and then there's other decks that come with it. I didn't get the puzzle box that lots of people have because I didn't need 3 versions of the same deck. So I chose quite carefully what I wanted, and I did choose this kind of cut out lace print person who does feature in the book. I don't know who they are yet, but I've got this kind of weird and wonderful picture that I think would look really great backed onto some black backing and then into a picture frame and hung on the wall. So this was a little extra that I picked up from the Kickstarter campaign. And I also chose to buy the book separately. So you could buy the deck, the book came separately, and it's a really nice book. Lo Scarabeo do good books. So it was sort of a no-brainer to get the book. So if we start with the book and then we'll go to the deck. I haven't read the book. I have flicked through the book. It's very nicely made. It's hardcover, hardbound. It's got a little crease in there, but I'm not going to get too over myself about it. And it's got a ribbon inside. We get a little thank you from Lo Scarabeo. And this book and the deck, with the creation being, the artwork is Corrado Roy, and the concept from Pietro Eligio. I have created the book with kind of a weird setup. It wasn't exactly as I was expecting. So we have contents and then the Joker Tarot. It tells us about, so we've got Lo Scarabeo at the beginning of a lucid madness, and then it gives us the kind of like histories to how the deck came about, what's going on, where the Jokers come from, how we manifest them. I can't remember if I've seen it in a video or if it was just in a chat that I was having with somebody, whereby they feel that the Joker is more, in this deck, the journey of the Joker is as an archetype itself rather than just simply the pictorial images. And here you have, so this is one of the cards. This is probably the Fool. Yep, says it here, actually. So we are into the Arcana. So we have these kind of images over here, and then this side, this is the deck that I've got with the colour version, which is what's in this book. And instead of having like the standard meaning, so for the Fool here we have their quotes. So do you know what it means to find yourselves face to face with a madman? Being in the presence of someone who shakes the foundations of all you have built up in yourselves, your logic, the logic of all your constructions, from Luigi Pirandello, I believe would be the pronunciation. And so it does this for all of the cards, as you see, as we go through. We've got the majors, we have the minors, and it's done in suits. Let's just have a look at the start of the suit of this one. I don't know if you can see that. So they're kind of laid out with the red pages. So normally we have like a beginnings to the suit, don't we? So we don't. So Ace of Swords, when a man does not know what harbour he is making for, no wind in the right wind. That's something to think about. And just probably just spot there the hilt of the dagger is a Joker's face. So it does that through, and then we get to this bit of the book. And obviously I'm aware of this just because I flipped through the thing. On this bit. We have a couple of spreads in here. So it talks about how you use the deck. So 4 essential spreads should be learned. Each of them serves a specific function and purpose and remains useful even to the most experienced of readers. So we have the 1-card spread, the 3-card spread. This one talks to it as past, present, future. We have the Celtic cross. I don't use that one. I have preference for 3-card spreads really, and we have so I would have called that the horseshoe, but for this instance we're calling it the grin. So we have the self, the family, the friends, love and work. So each card has a very significant place in the spread. I haven't used it, so I don't know how it works. We have the crazy, unique, true, sane. So this is some information, I think, really, without reading this, I'm just going to go on possibly about that sort of archetypal energy that we have within the Joker. Centuries pass and the arrival of the Renaissance seems to come through. Yes, there's like some history here. It looks like behind artwork, the perception, the concept of the Joker as we know them. And probably when I read this in more depth, I'll obviously have more information, but for the purpose of getting this video so you can see the deck, and then if there are any left, you can obviously go and get them from Lo Scarabeo before they sell out. We have When Madness Becomes a Disease. I actually really like this deck over here. Is it wrong of me to say I'd like that deck? The Fool in Joker Tarot is a skilled orator. Don Juan of words, capable of seducing those who listen to him with his rhetoric and offerings of remedies that risk being worse than evils. Ooh. So yeah, it sounds like we've got the Joker in all senses here. We have the Joker through the years. Savvy travellers do not have prearranged plans. We have Maverick Power of Excellence. Joker and his esoteric symbolism. The esoteric interpretation of the figure of the Joker has very fascinating features, full of thought-provoking ideas. In many esoteric and symbolic traditions, the jester represents a complex and meaningful archetype. We often find the jester associated with hidden wisdom, occult teachings, irony, and the ability to see beyond appearances. In ancient courts and medieval traditions, the jester was the one who, behind the clown mask, would express profound truths and social criticisms without being punished. He was the only one who could question authority and do so through humour and the art of comedy. And that is where I feel like that, people with sarcastic humour, myself included, the dark humour, often express truth in humour without realising. It's a natural talent. I can't tell you how talented I am when it comes to sarcasm. We have the unpredictable Joker, the one who disrupts everything. So literature and imagination, the Hunchback of Notre Dame. So that's nice to see. I guess that's kind of a little nod to that, really, isn't it? That image. Limping for show and pretending like a poet. And yeah, because the nature of the Joker, the jester, the court jester, they are a bit playful, aren't they? You're never sure what they're up to, what they're doing. So that archetypal energy is you can understand why it's been chosen, I think, or without being able to voice or word, I can see it, if that makes any less sense than what I just said. Am I embodying the Joker right now? Probably. So here we have the 3 types of decks that they've got. So this is the one that I think is going to be available mass market when I messaged them originally. This is the one that I've chosen to get from the Kickstarter. And this one is a miniature deck that came in the puzzle box edition. So this is like a reverse, like a paradoxical kind of version. If we're thinking Deviant Moon cards, it's this. And I don't know if you can just tell from looking at these images, this is what, as soon as I saw this, I was like, my goodness, because this coloured image, that hint of colour for me makes it feel creepier than the black and white. And the first time ever, I'm actually preferring the black and white version. So when it goes mass market, I might buy this one, just so I've got it for use, because just some of these, I'm finding the images very dark, very disturbing. They are actually disturbing to me. I'm not sure it's because I've got some crazy person looking at me and I don't like that. But yeah, there's definitely something here which is provoking my psyche. So it's really curious and interesting for me with this deck, given all the ones I own that many of you all say are creepy anyway, that I don't see. This is the one that I do see. So yeah, I'm preferring this as an everyday read, and this one's just like, ooh, EBGBs. Really not interested in the paradoxical. It does nothing for me at all in this particular format it's missing something. It hasn't quite hit the mark that Patrick Valenza manages to get with his paradoxicals. It's just like negative image, that's it. But yeah, so like the devil there, he's a bit freaky, but he's not so freaky there. And you can't really make that out. So we have all the cards in the back of this book, so you can see what they look like in all forms, which is also a nice touch. And has helped me to realise I prefer this form. So yeah, I went with the coloured one because I missed out on the Crow Tarot in the limited edition with the red, and I actually prefer the red on the black and white to the black and white. And so that's why I did this. And now I'm like, how ironic, and now I prefer the black and white. So let's get into the deck. So my ones come in a 2-part box. It's a normal kind of size deck. It does come with a black and white guidebook, and this has the same information in it that you get in the big book from a card explanation perspective. You also have the grin spread in here and a little bit of information about how to use a deck, about the creators, manifesting the Joker, masks on one face, going backwards again, aren't I? The beginnings of the lucid madness. So for the major arcana with the Fool, it's exactly the same paragraph that I read out. So you have that information here if you were worried that you weren't going to get it, if you couldn't afford to buy the book because of shipping across to wherever you live. Obviously this has come from Italy. I live in UK, so for me this wasn't really that big a deal. In fact, it's easier for me to get stuff that way than it is trying to get it from America, where they charge me 60 quid to get stuff over. So that's why I was able to afford the book. Have that one. And the deck itself, we'll pop it out. These are the backs. Sorry about the dark Yuletide thing. So these are very glossy, which is why I haven't got the light on, because it's just going to hit off them immediately. And they are thicker than your normal Lo Scarabeo tuck box, is what I would say. But they're reversible backs, they're borderless cards. It is a thicker deck. I suppose it's more like the kit decks, the 2-part pull-apart boxes that Lo Scarabeo do for thickness. And then I'll just quickly flip through the cards. I don't have a lot to say about them, so we'll just have a look at them. He definitely disturbs me, the Emperor. I'm going to say it's a shadowy deck. It's definitely makes me kind of shiver. The Hanged Man. I like this. I like the bringing you up and, you know, kind of like in the hand being inspected. Finally, not a naked front star. Moon. So that's like tricks, isn't it, with the moon? And look at that evil face on the world. Playing puppeteer. Yeah, I think it kind of reminds me of so many horror films. That's probably why I'm feeling it's much darker. For the 7 of Cups, I'm sorry, but that is just hideous. You know, what lessons did you learn from the choices you made? It's almost like the choices have made you a little bit maddened. Now, I don't know why we have like a kind of manga-esque picture of a female throughout the deck, but looks like she pops up from time to time. Oh, the greed. again, 7 of Pentacles. There's actually nothing there, look. Ten of Pentacles. I mean, you can tell what they are. It says quite clearly, doesn't it, on the bottom? Yeah, it is Ace of Wands. His faces have just pop out. Okay, it's nice to see somebody defending the Joker. Yep, freaky lady creeping around the corner. 10. Page. Okay, so let's see what we have for swords. Now that's turning the Hanged One on its head, isn't it, with the Two of Swords? What do you think we're seeing there? I mean, perception for the choices to make? Turning the choices on their head? Definitely viewing them from a different perspective. 3 of Swords. Like the fact that he's holding his... Sorry, chopping it back. Like holding his heart rather than stabbing everything. That's very nice with the flowers kind of coming up. I'm not sure about the weird cat sat on her belly. Okay. 6. Oh, yeah, see? That's another. Controlling the little boat. Very different kind of concepts, aren't they? 7. We're sneaking, but about what? Welcome to the funny farm. Lovely. Waking up from your nightmare. Yeah. He's taking about all he can take, isn't he? This looks like somebody's about to stick a nail in your coffin. I can't. Knight of Swords. Queen. And the King. I mean, what do you think? What are you thinking here? So should we get a few decks out to take a look with it? Okay, the first one I'm thinking of was the Samirimya tarot, just to see what it looks like with this deck. It's obviously a smaller pocket version, but I feel like this would be to kind of clarify the deck or work with decks, this being the main part of it, and then this one being your extra energies coming out. But it's just, it's a pip deck, so I don't know how a lot of you are going to feel about it. But here we have like our Hanged Man with Temperance and the Knight of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles with our Magician and the 9 of Pentacles. So it's just less to look at, and here's the focus. So here's our focus. So we're focusing on the Magician and that he's bringing out in his card. And then we have, the 4 of Pentacles, that kind of treasure chest aspect of it here in this one. And then we have our 9 of Pentacles with the kind of wishes. So creating what you need for your stability, for your treasure chest, for your treasure trove, for your, for your life to manifest into all that you desire. Is kind of sort of how I'm seeing that, because obviously, as I said, these cards do give me like the EBGBs. We have our Queen of Pentacles with the Fool and the 10 of Wands. So, that jumping off the madman face to face. What are we seeing with him from a Queen of Pentacles perspective with the 10 of Wands? So we're definitely following passions, passionate about something, coming from a materialistic world. Perhaps we're looking to run away from the materialistic world. I'm quite passionate about where we're going. So that's that one. I mean, I'm not 100% sold with that deck, but I think once I find my footing with this deck, because I'm not quite sure where it sits yet for me, but once I find the footing with it, then I'm going to understand better how to pair the decks. Right, so what else have we got? So I totally thought Tarot Nuages for this. We'll just do these as two together, side by side, I think. So we'll just have a look at how you think the colour palettes go. But I definitely think that this in a black and white is going to go better with more decks, because this strange colouring is making it hard to cohesively pull things together. So we have 5 of Swords with 3 of Coins, Judgment and the Fool, 6 of Swords and Queen of Wands. They do weirdly feel like they go together. I think this is going to go really well with a vampire deck as well. 7 of Swords and Ace of Cups. Okay. Again, I'm not sure with this one. Let's take a look at something else. Okay, so if I'm going to do kind of an insane deck, I think we need to pull out an insane oracle. So we're going to go with this one. And I am going to do the way that lots of you like to read your cards, to give you an idea. I think from a colour perspective, these work. Isn't that great? 2 of Wands, Infection, Ace of Cups. Decisions can be infectious. The Curse. Oh, see, there are some dark messages here, aren't there? This weird looking skeleton clown with the ladies, you know, kind of dancing around it. That just gives me all the wrongs. It tells us that it's kind of curse, you know, so is this person the curse? Are they being cursed? And then we have, after we have the curse, we have this person like controlling them. So it's almost like this, do you know what? This feels, don't shoot me, this is my opinion, it's got that establishment, Hierophant vibe to it, this particular set here. It's got that, you know, I'll tell you how to worship the cursed, and in respect of that, we're going to manipulate and control you, how you think, how you see, how you feel. And that could just be my dark inner workings, but that was how I was seeing it. Ace of Wands with ink and the Hanged one. So yeah, like expressing yourself, your inner spiritual self, because people do that a lot, don't they, with tattoos and ink? I don't, so I'm not, you know, I can't really comment from a personal perspective. And then again, like the other perspective of how you view what you do, or how you choose to decorate or adorn your body. Page of Wands with the Viewing and 6 of Pentacles. They go together really well, don't they? Like the Viewing, 6 Pentacles. Charity. Page of Wands, what's he up to? He just looks like, I don't know, he's probably just drove the sword through the person that's now being viewed, you know, and he's watching from afar what's going on. King of Swords with Refusal and 4 of Swords. There's a great one there. With me most of my life. Queen of Swords with the Feral Child and the Sun. Taming the Feral Child, bringing them into a happier place. Okay, that's that one. I actually think that one's great fun. I like that one. So that was the Abandoned Oracle, available from deviantmoon.com only. Okay, so I thought we could maybe try soul cards and see what these do, because they don't have keywords on them. So this will be a personal feels to you, how you think this one elaborates the cards either side. So let's go. We've seen those, let's check some new ones. That is a really powerful image, but I think that works. Oh, some powerful figures here. That's given me goosebumps, that one. Like made all the hairs on the back of my neck crawl. Yeah, okay, I think this might be as freaky as that deck from an image perspective. Knight of Cups with the weird screaming heads coming out. Like the voices inside your head, isn't it? Releasing them with Justice. Eight of Cups. Yeah, I think these are pairing well, but I'm not... I don't read with this deck hardly ever. I just use it to put a few cards out and leave them on the side, kind of like an auto type space, to see what I get from the cards. So this is a new concept for me, is being able to pair them up with something specific. So this is probably the first deck I would say that is freaky enough to do this. But again, I don't normally get dark messages from these, so this deck is doing something to me and what I'm seeing and how I'm viewing the images. Such a crazy, interesting perspective. We've got that one, it's the last one. We've got, obviously this is talking about pentacles, we've got discs here, we've got discs here. So still that sort of interesting earthy concept moving through. Okay, let's see what else we've got. So I thought we might try the Oracle of Echoes and see what this one does. This is the first version, second printing or something like that. So I've got different backs and I don't have the expansion pack in this one. From Anaturian. Oh, it has keywords on the bottom, but it does have that sort of artwork that I think is maybe in keeping with the last deck that we've just seen. So I thought it might be curious again. It's got like a dark aspect to it on the table with this lot. Two of Pentacles with Courage and the High Priestess. Oh, Seven of Pentacles. Mulling things over here, definitely. God Speaks, King of Cups. Yes, look at that. Queen of Pentacles, Depression, Ten of Swords. Death, Imperfect Beauty. Page of Pentacles. I think that's quite another really deep, dark pairing for me. Six of Cups, Breakthrough, Nine of Swords. Ooh. Yep, okay, one more for this one. Chaos, Six of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. Okay, next. Okay, just felt no-brainer. Seasons of the Witch. That was the first oracle really that I thought of. But let's see. It might not be. Might not be the right one for this. So we have Underworld, Six of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. So let's move these on. Oops. The Lovers with Grief and Five of Cups. So it is but a mere glimpse of nothingness hidden away deep within the chambers of your mourning in the red clovers birthing lost illusion. That's quite interesting, isn't it? I think in another dark concept way they go. Five of Wands with Divination and Knight of Pentacles. It's not a very nice Five of Wands. Again, this is like berating yourself rather than that kind of competitive nature. Two of Swords, Spider and the Star. What wild web we weave, dear child, a delicious mystery untamed. Ace of Swords with Intuition and the Tower, blowing things up. With, your thoughts, your mind, the destruction that it can bring. Ten of Wands with our pumpkin, uncaging the spirit within thou, the fertile power you hold. To taste your buttery velvet upon tongue is a gift I shall cherish each day that comes. And the Nine of Pentacles. Oh, yeah. So, they go, and they sort of go as a story. There's something underlying all of this, isn't there? So with our Ten of Wands and what he's carrying, Or is that a she? Hard to tell, this one, isn't it? All the wands around you, which look like matchsticks ready to go, isn't it? It's almost like Tinder. It's like this is kind of borderline teetering on destruction. But then I suppose being a 10, that would make sense, wouldn't it? So it feels like it's a teetering of destruction, whereas we're harvesting here very definitely, and kind of enjoying. Normally with the 9 of Pentacles, enjoying what's going on, although we are beneath the moon, so you could question what's actually come from this storyline here. All right, King of Wands with the Witch and 4 of Wands. Whatever that is, it looks like it's a happy outcome. I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you thought was your favourite pairings, and if you've got this tech, how are you finding it and what are you using it for? Because I haven't used it, clearly, because I had to wait to do this. And I'm finding it just a very generally interestingly dark concept of a deck, just from images. So I haven't done the deep dives into the books and things, which I've been, more than open about. But I am genuinely curious how it's being used for you and what you're seeing in it. Until the next one, take care. Bye-bye.